Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for clicking on 5 News Web News. It is Wednesday, April 24th. I'm Brittany Hoke.
And I'm Matt Heckel, and here are some of the top stories we've been following today here on 5 News. Police have reopened Boylston Street for the first time since last week's bombings at the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, but before allowing the public back to the area where the explosions took place, the city allowed the bombing victims to hold a private memorial. Edward Lawrence is in Boston with that story.
The barricades came down early this morning on Boylston Street, the site of last week's deadly marathon bombings. Prior to opening the area up to the public, police escorted bombing victims to the scene for a private ceremony Tuesday night.
When you're face to face with the people that were directly affected, and you see the bandages, and you just feel what they feel.
These newly obtained photos appear to show the suspects, 26-year-old Tamerlan Tsarnaev and his 19-year-old brother Johar, in a shootout with police last Friday. Tamerlan was killed during the exchange. Johar escaped but was later captured hiding in a boat. Dzhokhar Tsarnaev was taken here to Beth Israel Medical Center with gunshot wounds. He was upgraded to fair condition on Tuesday, allowing interrogators to ask him more questions about the events leading up to the bombings. CBS News has learned Tsarnaev told investigators he and his brother were motivated through online jihadist websites. Officials believe they may have read Inspire magazine, an internet publication with stories such as how to make a bomb in the kitchen of your mom.
Our problem now is, since 9/11, is transnational recruiting through the internet for sympathizers that are in our country.
The investigation led officials to this store in New Hampshire. Tamerlan bought fireworks here 6 weeks before the marathon.
He definitely stressed that he wanted the biggest, loudest stuff.
Officials believe the Tsarnaevs may have used the black powder from the fireworks to build the bombs. Edward Lawrence for CBS News, Boston.
Well, it turned out to be a false threat, but a suspicious backpack outside of a Charleston hotel created a little panic yesterday. The backpack was left outside the Marriott. Now, all traffic, both cars and walkers, were not allowed anywhere near the area for several hours. The Kanawha County Sheriff's Department and their bomb squad used a robot to investigate that backpack. Now, again, no explosives were found, but they also don't know who was responsible for that fake threat.
And in Morgantown, the chief of police at WVU says that there have been a number of reports coming in about suspicious packages around campus since the Boston bombing, but he says he's not worried. Chief Bob Roberts said that it's not unusual for those calls to pick up after a national tragedy, and typically it continues for about a week. Now, luckily, none of the reports on campus turned out to be anything worth mentioning. Roberts did mention, though, that he wants you to continue to keep an extra eye out for any type of weird activity and to call police if you see anything. He said that if these types of incidents are going to stop, it's going to take more than just police to make it happen.
We only have so many eyes, ears, and feet, so we need everybody to get engaged, and that's nationwide. It's not just here in Morgantown. If we're going to win at this and continue our lifestyle, then we need to actually all get engaged.
And Chief Roberts also said that if you see someone leave a package somewhere and then take off, do not hesitate to call police.
Well, deputies in Barber County arrested a man they say is linked to a meth dump they discovered. 27-year-old Michael Hurst is now facing meth-related charges. Police say they found the meth lab dump in Brownton, and among some of the items thrown out were receipts with Hurst's name on them. His bond has not yet been set.
And a 17-year-old boy crashed an ATV in Buchanan yesterday and had to be taken to the hospital. And this was all after he tried to get away from police while riding in city limits. The boy was riding the ATV inside those city limits, which is, of course, against the law. Officers told us that they tried to stop him, but he refused. And that's when they followed him along Morton Avenue until he lost control of the ATV. Now, the boy was taken to St. Joe's and is expected to be okay. Officers said that they want to remind everybody that riding an ATV is illegal within city limits, and if you're going to ride a four-wheeler, you need to be cautious.
All right, let's take a quick look at what our newsroom's working on for tonight from First at 5 and 5 News at 6. First up, it's day 2 in the trial of a man accused of killing a baby. We're going to have the latest from the courtroom.
Plus, the sun is getting stronger out there as summer moves in, and we have some tips to protect yourself from the harmful rays. And speaking of sunshine, not too sunny out there today. We're going to have a look at how much longer the rain will stick around in your first alert forecast coming up tonight on First at 5 and 5 News at 6.
And that's what's making headlines today. Be sure to tune in tonight for First at 5 and 5 News at 6. Until then,
have a great day, everybody.